Hi guys, welcome in another day in my 3D printing business. My name is Xavier, I'm a solopreneur and I'm building business around 3D printing. I'm running a small 3D print garden with few printers, and I'm also building a SaaS app named Exec3D, which is dedicated to 3D printing entrepreneurs. As you can see, it's the morning. It's starting to be a bit freezing out there, and you can see the grass was freezing this night. So I will just do a quick intro outside, and then I will go inside, close to the printer and the computer to start the day. As you can see here, the neighbor are not the humankind ones. I think there is one that wants to say hello to you. You say hello to the viewers? Yes? Apparently she's a bit shy. He or she, because it's a kid probably. Regarding marketing, I tried several different approaches, but let's say I'm not still very convinced about the method I used till now. Because most of the marketing approach that you can see and that we are used to are what we can call mass marketing. It could be SEO, social network advertisements. It could be Google Ads campaign. All of this, first, is very expensive, require long-term investment before being able to measure tiny return on investment. And also, it asks skills around digital marketing that takes a long time to acquire. So I was thinking to change a bit my approach by giving up a bit this kind of marketing that obviously I don't have the time, energy and money to develop, to focus on something on the opposite side of mass marketing that I will call individual and personalized marketing. A bit more on that in a second. What is this kind of individual marketing approach that I want to do? My guess and what I want to try is to spend a lot of time on individual prospects or on individual clients. Because basically, when you do marketing, you have two challenges. The first, which is acquisitions, so how to get new customer, and the second, which is fidelization, which basically means how you existing customer can continue to buy products from you. So what I want to do is use my 3D printer to make personalized and unique marketing assets that I will share with my customer and my prospects. So for the first case, which is acquisition, I want to build kind of 3D printed business cards with on one side my logo and on the other side the logo of my prospects. Inside I will put an NFC chip, and when he will scan it, it will register my business contact and my website link into his phone. My second approach is when I have, for example, a customer on a platform like Etsy or another marketplace where I'll sell my product, to take this existing customer and lead them to my maker shop on my website. For this, I will do something similar, a business card with my logo, inside an NFC chip, and on the other side there will be a promo code in order to start a long-term relation with this customer. The main issue with this little project is that it will take a lot of time, but the main advantage with this idea is that other companies with bigger marketing budgets will probably not use this methodology because for them it will look inefficient. So my hope is to differentiate myself and my business and to highlight one of the key strengths of a 3D printing business, which is personalization and tailor-made products. For now, let's go back inside to work on this little 3D printed business cards. And just before this, I will do a quick point with you about the development of Exec3D and the release of the features that I spoke in the previous video. Exec3D is a tool dedicated to makers and solopreneurs of 3D printing. Right now, it's an advanced tool to compute pricing for your products by being sure that you take into account all costs and that you win a fair margin with your sales. And I will show you the few improvements I make on Exec3D. First of all, I was speaking about a filter. Of course, I have a search bar where I can look for my pads and find them. But now I also have this filter window where I can, for example, unselect all and select only swimming and have available only the product links to these tags. Here I can come back and select all. I can also select the product without tags. So this tag with filter works pretty well now, and I'm very happy with this. Last time I spoke about minor bugs that I have on this screen, and now it's fully corrected. So here I can add as many sales platforms as I want. When I go on this screen and I modified the data here, for example, if I put $9.99, everything works perfectly fine, even if I'm changing the sales platform. So this bug is right now corrected, and I'm very happy with that. In the previous video, I told you that I was willing to implement in this section, in the print profile section, a new feature that will make you able to compute price for multi-plate products. Right now, it's not done yet. It's something that will ask a bit more work, which is a bit more complex to do. So I hope I will be able to focus on the implementation of this feature this week or next week. Now let's jump into the building of this 3D printed cards. And for this, I will use this kind of NFC tags that you can find easily on Amazon. I will let a link in the description of the video. Those tags measure around 25 mm in diameter and a bit less than 1 mm in thickness. But just before going to design it, I will add this additional part in my Exact3D library to be able at the end of this video to compute the price of this marketing project. For this, I will go to the workshop section. I will go in the additional part and I will add a new part. The name, I will call it NFC tag. It's something that costs 0.22 cents. And what I usually do in Exact3D to find it easily, I add the link in here in this screen. Like this, when I'm there, I can straight be redirecting to the product on internet, on Amazon, to buy it. So I will just create in here a new model, a new project that I will call Promotional Business Card. I will add here one NFC tag, and now I can launch the design of this card. Before jumping into Fusion 360, I will first do the design, the inscription that I will make on those cards. For this, I'm using Figma, and as you can see, I already did the first side of my card, my logo, the name of my shop, and a call to action, here in French, scan-moi, so scan me. I will do with you the second phase of this, so I will just keep the same dimension. So this is my first result. Obviously, this is for the fidelization part, to take the customer that I get from sales platform to my website. I will do kind of the same thing with my prospect logos. Of course, I won't do this in this video. I won't show you the logos of my prospects to respect their privacy. Right now, I will just export both of those frames as SVG files that I will be able to include later in my Fusion 360 project. I will skip the design part to you because let's say it's not the most interesting part, and I will show you the result when importing the project on Bambu Studio to show you the final result and how to include properly every part of this little project. Okay, so I just did the design, and here is the result on Fusion 360. I just exported the file as an STL, and now I will open Bambu Studio. So I am now on Bambu Studio. I will import my model on this page. For this project, I will obviously use the AMS capacities without making a rainbow. So I will only use a free color. I will change the filament. I will use here black, and I will use this color for my logo. And to differentiate a bit here, I will just change the color of the scan B. Here is the first side, and for the second side, I will do kind of the same thing. I'm ready to print. Usually, I prefer to put the side that I want to be the more clean facing the plate. But there you probably wonder, how will I add my NFC tags into this project? I will use the pause capabilities of Bambu Studio. So I will slice my project. And here you see I will go down in the layers till being able to see perfectly that the hole here is visible for my NFC tags. And by right-clicking there, I will add a pause, and my job will pause at this time, and I will be able to add my NFC chips inside. I'm ready, and I will launch this print to the A1 Mini and show you the result in a while. The pause occurred, so I will add my little NFC tag inside, and here I just have to relaunch. Alright, so I had to stop the printer precisely for the problem that I explained you earlier. I tried to optimize a bit too much the dip in here, so to make it as thin as possible. I put 1.6 millimeters. It wasn't enough, so I will have to go back to my previous setting to have here a better gap to avoid this problem. The print is finished, so here is the result of this nice little cards. At the back is not as good as I expected. It's not as good as it was yesterday. I think there was some printing issue, but I have few idea to improve it, and I think it's because of the design and the thickness I put at the back. So it's the one that I will put in the order of the customer that buy my products on marketplace like Etsy, transfer them to my website. But for acquisition, what I will do differently is from this side I will keep my logo, but at the back I will put the prospect's logo with who I want to create a relationship. I send them by post with a note on this handmade paper. So I write something on this paper dedicated to the company I want to speak with. And I send this in an envelope plus the customized business card. So you can see that this kind of marketing approach, finding your prospect logo, transfer it on Fusion 360, write handmade notes, and finally send it by post. It's kind of very, very long, and no massive marketing strategy will work. But as a small business, I think it's a good way to differentiate myself and maybe create a nice relationship with businesses. Obviously, I don't do this kind of approach with a B2C customer, because if they make an order to me, it will be too small to compensate the work that I do here for businesses. I dedicated this approach to some businesses who may place a larger order than B2C ones, and like this justify the time I spent on it to try to start this relationship with them. Last step to prepare these little cards is to enter my data inside, and for this I have an app on my smartphone. I just prepared this, I scan, up, it's vibrating a bit, and now the data of my website is inside the card. So you see, basically it's kind of simple technically to do, but it takes a bit of time, but also it can differentiate your brand. Now that this card is done, I will do one for one of my prospects. I won't show you the logo to preserve their privacy. But just before going to post this and to finish this video, I will compute the cost of this little project on Exec3D to give you a clear view of what can cost this project for you if you want to do the same for your respective needs. During the time the print is finishing, I will evaluate. First of all, I will add a new sale platform, because obviously I won't sell this card, I will give it. I will just create a platform without tax, without fees, to avoid to add costs that wouldn't exist on this project. Something like this. In the workshop, I had basically all the filament I need, so I will open my project promotional business cards, and I will customize it. So first of all, I will add a cover picture, more clear. Here I will create a tag, marketing tags. So I'll come back in here and I will add a marketing tags. And of course, I will add the sale platform I just created, no sales platform, and I will fix a price of 0. So because I added before already the tags, you see that I have a negative profit of 22 cents. But the first thing that I will do is create here the print profile. So for this example, I will go to Bambu Studio and I will just slice this. So here I have 8 cards on this plate. So first things that I will say that here there is 8 cards on this plate. Here I can give a name to the print profile. So here I will use the print profile. I will add A1M. I will select my printer, A1 Mini. Here you can see that I can check straight the total time. So here it's 3 hours 58, so let's say 4 hours. So 4 hours in minutes, it's 240 minutes. I will add here all the filament cost. So first of all, the biggest, I will start with the black. So 50 grams of black here I can see. So I will add PLA black, and I will say that here I will add a bit more, 55, because sometimes there's a bit of lost. I will check the white, 6 grams. And finally, I have the PLA silk, where I have also 6 grams. So I will add here 6 grams. What is nice is because all this filament doesn't have the same price. You see the silk is a bit more expensive than the white or the black. So here I adjust a bit the price. And here I can see straight the price, not for the 8 unit, but per unit, which is basically very low. You can see that total printer cost, including maintenance, energy, and material, is around 20 cents per piece. Here, packaging. I have 2 things to take into account in my packaging. First of all, the nice handmade paper and the letter, which approximately cost €1.20 per piece. And also, I will add the shipping cost. So in this case, the post stamp, which is €1.30. I will only create one packaging for this. So I will call it stamped. I don't know if it's like this in English, stamped letter. So the cost is altogether approximately €2.50 here, and here I don't have any purchase link. So in my model, on packaging, here I will come to add one stamped letter, which is €2.50. My cost start to be relatively clear. So you see that the cost here is right now €3, so not that much. Of course, when I look at the detail, there is no platform fee, there is no taxes, because I don't sell this. But here come a bit of the tricky parts. For my fidelization cards, here there is one model, I do it 1 time. I can print it in serial. So the time I took to design this model, to make the tries and stuff like this, I won't count it here in the work duration. Still, I have to start the printer, to remove it, to clean it a bit. So basically, here I'm around, let's say, 30 seconds per unit of labor work per unit. So you see it adds a bit of cost, but not that much. Here for this kind of promotional offer, it's €3.5. But for my fidelization case, because I will add it to the product I sell, there won't be the letter, there won't be the stamps, so there will be basically no packaging cost. It will be straight into the package. So I can withdraw packaging. In fact, the cost for each card is €0.9, so it's not that much. But it's another story for the acquisition cards, because there I will have to add, obviously, this letter, but this is not the worst, because when I do an acquisition cards, first of all, I have to look on the internet to find the business to who I want to send this. I have to find their logo, I have to upload it, I have to transform it in Fusion 360. Then I have to make eventually some tries, because if with the logo I have an issue at the first print, I have maybe to make some correction. And finally, of course, I have to take my car and go to post it. And of course, I forgot the time to write the letter also inside. It's my time to use to do this instead of developing a product or things like this. And this has to be taken into account in this example. So if I keep the same rate that I enter in my Exec3D settings, €60 per hour, which for this kind of work is absolutely not the good rate, it should be higher. For one card, there's obviously at least 1 hour of work, 60. And you see here, if I add the real time I spent, even if I don't have to spend this money straight, you see the cost of one letter. So all together, it's minimum I said, because for one is €60. You can see that what costs a lot of money here is not the plastic, is not the fact to send to send the letter or anything, it's the time that you spend on it. Whatever is the rate that you think is right for your time, what will cost money in this kind of marketing approach that I'm trying is the time I spent on it. And this is why, in fact, I don't do this for a B2C customer, because you can understand that spend 1 hour to something that you will sell, I don't know, 10, 15 euros, you will lose money every time. So this is why I dedicated this approach to business, where I think that maybe there is opportunities to build a nice relationship. And this is why I invest this time into doing this kind of project. All right, so that's it for the cost exploration. I hope it will have given you some nice information for you. Now I will wait that the print finishes, and then a bit later in the day, I will take the letter and send it to the post. The print just finished. I still have few issues with the A1 Mini. I don't exactly know what it is, but the filament keep breaking inside of it. But I don't know, it's been two days since I have issues with my A1 Mini. Anyway, so I'm going to the post office to deliver my letter and to conclude this video. Alright, so job's done, and now I will go back home to probably finish edit this video for tonight. I hope to see you soon on the next video on YouTube. Till then, I wish you a good day or a good evening, depending where you're watching and when you're watching this video. So take care and bye-bye.